Hi guys, my name's Mo. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first video, so bear with me. Going to try out some new things. So today what we're going to do, this was supposed to be uploaded yesterday, but the video that I had originally tried to record on my handy dandy new little camera that is too fancy for me, didn't actually record the video. So I'm going to be uploading it today with another video here later on this evening. But this was supposed to be for Monday, and on Monday is what I plan to do. I'm taking a cue from one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Bailey Sarian. If you haven't heard of her, she does true crime, and she's also a makeup artist. I am not a makeup artist, but I do my own self-maintenance as far as my nails go, my toes, my pedicures, my masks, my hair masks, things like that. I do those things myself. So I thought what we would try to do is something called Maniac and Maintenance Mondays. That's going to be the series. So bear with me. Today we're going to do our nails. Mine are... I had some acrylic ones on there, and you know how they kind of tear up and mess up your nail bed. So I'm going to put on my my own. I bought a nail kit just like this, cheap, from the dollar store. I bought them plain, that way I could paint them my own color. So I've already got them pre-painted. I'm using the color, let's see, Cajun Shrimp. It's a pretty color. And then I've also put on a hair mask. It's an argan oil sample that I got. We're gonna see how that turns out. My hair's kind of fried from all of the stuff I was doing with it. You know, we were all doing our own hair during quarantine, so mine's kind of like straw. And I'm also going to be doing a clarifying mask. I haven't opened this, so I don't know what color it is. I think it's gonna be black. It's because it's charcoal and black sugar. So we'll get started with that. But today we're gonna be talking about somebody named Luka Magnotta. And this is something that I followed whenever it first started happening. There was all this hype about somebody had posted videos of kittens being put into a seal bag, and these kittens were put in there. I'm sorry, let me just warn you real quick. There's going to be some pretty violent descriptions, some gross things that you may not want to hear, so click off if you're squeamish, okay? So he put these cats into a bag and sealed it up with a vacuum, and then waited until they suffocated, and then he took them out and he played with them. Okay, well, they did that. And oh yeah, it was posted, it was kind of publicized, and of course the animal rights people were extremely mad. Now mind you, we're in Canada right now, but Americans have formed, once they saw this video, they had formed a website. They were trying to hunt this guy down. They wanted to know who had done this. Well, not long after, another video was posted. And I'm not sure if it was on Facebook first, or if it was on YouTube, or if it was on something else first. But it got passed around. People were noticing it. And of course, they're still looking for him, but this guy, his birth name was Eric Clinton Kirk Newman. He was born on July 24th in 1982 in Toronto, Canada. His dad was diagnosed with schizophrenia, so maybe this is kind of where that stems from. He had one sibling, and according to him, she was the only other person in the world that was beautiful other than him. Okay, so let's get back to the cats. So another video pops up, and it's the same. You can tell it's the same person feeding a kitten to a python. I know it's hideous, but you know how pythons, they can swallow everything. And in this video, you see a pair of hands. Remember that, because later on that's going to be important. You see an extra pair of hands that's somebody other than the guy feeding, or a woman that at this point they didn't know, feeding this kitten to a python. And shortly thereafter that, another video of a kitten being taped to a like a broomstick or a mop stick, was submerged in a bathtub and drowned. So everybody that's with animal rights and hates, you know, maybe you've seen the movie Don't F with Cats. I watched that when it first came out. I'm not real sure if they've covered everything that I'm about to, but so they're trying to find this guy. They're looking. You know, they can get pings off of certain things and this and that. Well, this person, Luka Magnotta, you know, he had changed his name after a while because he was fancier than an Eric Newman. But he would post these pictures of himself all over the place. Like he would be in Miami, or he would be in Russia, or he would be in California, or he would be all over the world. All over the world. So they never could find where he was at. Now, let's backtrack. Luka had gone by the name Jimmy for a little while. He was a stripper, and he was also a male escort. He said that he had clients that were super, that they were super rich. He made really good money. He, you know, enjoyed his work because he was his own boss. He made his own, you know, his own work schedule, and he made lots of money. So that's where these extravagant pictures apparently came from. Well, unbeknownst to some folks, I don't know if anybody ever covered this part, but he had admittedly come out that he was bisexual, but that he preferred men. And he had found himself in the gay community, and he was, he found a transgendered female, which I guess is the best of both worlds, right? That you've got the female, but you've also got the male part. Well, he somehow got away from that, and he somehow found this woman. He was 22 years old, and he somehow found this woman that was mentally disabled. She had the mind of like a child. I'm not going to say necessarily how old her mind was, because I mean, I have no measure of that, but he ended up taking out credit cards in her name and spending lots and lots of money, and he sexually assaulted her. Well, he was caught, but somehow the charges were dropped. And so you wonder if he had been punished for that, then maybe some of these other things wouldn't have happened. Okay, so time goes on, and he is trying to make a name for himself. He wants to be famous. This guy is, you can tell, he's just so into himself, very narcissistic. He thinks he's beautiful. And he started auditioning for different shows. And one of them was called Cover Guy. So it was like a modeling show. He was a self-proclaimed model slash actor, and he auditioned. They asked him to take off his shirt, and they told him that he was good looking, and he was like, oh, people tell me I'm devastatingly good looking all the time, you know. Good for you. But then they denied him. They told him that he was too skinny, and he was kind of a smaller guy. Like, he wasn't scrawny. He had some kind of definition to, you know, his body. Apparently he was very narcissistic. He wanted to work on whatever it was he needed to work on in order to become famous, but they denied him. So then he auditioned for another reality show called something in Canada. It's has to do with plastic surgery, and he's talking about how, you know, he's had hair plugs, he's had his nose done, he's had his eyes done. And looking back at some of the pictures of him when he was younger, I don't see maybe the hair plugs, or maybe he just grew it out, but I don't see the nose and the under eyes and stuff like that. I don't know. So anyway, they denied him because, I mean, he told them he wanted his like eyebrow bones shaved down. He wanted to add pecs. He wanted to add arms. He wanted to add all of this stuff. And I mean, and they said, are you an addict? And he was like, well, you know, maybe I'll be done. Maybe one day I'll believe I'm beautiful, and maybe I'll be done, or maybe I won't. Sorry, I'm cleaning my nails right now. So then, you know, he's denied all of these auditions, but he's constantly taking selfies, or he's having his transgender girlfriend take these selfies. Always wanted to be the center of attention. So let's go back to the cats. He makes a video of the cats, and he starts posting as like 50 other people. He makes up all these other aliases, and he's posting on every blog. And he was like, man, you know, what do you think about people that post videos of their crime? I mean, he's trying to get a response from people. And then he sends out an email to the people who were looking for this guy. They were saying, you know, he's very dangerous, he's a maniac, don't go near him, he's lethal, da 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 da. And it's him doing this under several different aliases. Okay, so then the next thing that happens is you hear about a post was made that it was called One Lunatic, One Ice Pick, and it was like on different forums, you know, and it's a picture of a male or female. You can't tell in the video because they've got a hoodie on, right? And you know, people are like, what's this? What's this about? And finally, on May 25th, the movie was released. It was like 11 minutes long. And what it depicts is you see a man bound and obviously drugged. And then you can see that it kind of cuts. And then you see a man bound, and you can tell that he's dead. He's been, like his throat's been slashed or something. There's blood everywhere. Well, then the person in the hoodie continues on to, he dismembers him. Well, first, okay, first he stabs him with an ice pick over and over again. You see that. I think he's dead before then, though, because he wasn't moving. And then you see him dismember this person, like cut off his leg. It's just disturbing. I've seen the video. Don't go looking for it. It's disturbing. But I wanted to know if it was real. It's real. So then you see him. He has sex with the body. I mean, this guy's leg's already cut off. He's not alive anymore. So you see the necrophilia, and then you see a fork and knife, and this person in the hoodie has cut a piece of flesh and is feeding it to a dog. Now, it's unsure if he actually ate any of it. It doesn't show him eating it, of course, because it would show his face. Well, the victim, I think he pronounced his name Jun Lin, came from China. He had gone to Canada to go to college and earn his degree in, I think it was computer sciences. And he was so proud. He was going to go home and take care of his family after he earned his degree, and his family was so proud. He was in touch with his mother a lot. And after a while, she wasn't hearing from her son, so she became worried. Now, mind you, there are video. I mean, so there's surveillance cameras everywhere, and in Luka's apartment. Hold on, I gotta try and get this glue out of here. In Luka's apartment building, there are quite a few cameras. So what is caught between May 4th, or I'm sorry, yes, it was May 24th, 2012. This is, mind you, this is in 2010 is when he posted these videos of the kittens, right? And everybody, I mean, anybody that follows true crime realizes that people who tend to harm animals end up harming end up being, I mean, kind of crazy and killing people, right? Well, still haven't found this guy. Nobody's really, I mean, the only people that are really looking for him are the animal rights people. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me grab a needle real quick. All right, sorry about that. So, where were we? Yes, the only people that were looking for him were the animal rights people, and they weren't being taken seriously by the police. So finally, this video is made, and now it's serious. And they're trying to find this guy, but he's smart. Like this kid he's not an idiot. He's obviously done research on how to hide. I mean, he photoshopped pictures of his face on to other people's photos so that it would look like he was in a different place. So I mean, he's not stupid. So anyway, then these surveillance cameras catch him on May 24th. You can see him and Junlin enter the building. Now, I'm not sure if Junlin was looking for like an escort, if he was truly an escort, or if this was something that, you know, they just met in a bar. Wasn't quite sure about that. What I think I saw was somebody, or they met on like Craigslist or something, which super dangerous, right? Why does anybody do that? You never know who's on the other end. Don't be that person. Anyway, he kills him, and he releases the video, and then on the security cameras you see him come in and out after Junlin, I guess, was dead. He died somewhere between the 24th and the 25th of May 2012. And you can see Luka, and he's obviously in a wig. You can see because in one of the security cameras, his hair looks completely different. He's wearing a hat, but he looks completely different. I mean, his hair looks like completely shorter. So then, several times he's in and out, not just in and out of the building, but then where he's in an apartment building, so they all put their trash in the same area. They have these barrels downstairs, right? And you can see him come several times to throw things away. And it looks like he's throwing away things, and then he'll bring something back, and then it looks like it's just normal trash that he's trying to cover up whatever it was he just threw away. Well, he's not really, he's kind of in plain sight. He's not really hiding, except for behind a computer, right? And he goes to the pharmacy. He comes back. So in one clip, he had a big suitcase that he had brought in. I don't remember seeing the video though of him taking it out. Obviously with him bringing it in, it was empty because you could see him kind of throwing it around. But then you see, sorry, I love these drawers. Let me look at my notes here. You see videos of him in an airport, and again he's got on a wig. This is on the 27th. So from the 24th to the 27th, he's throwing away things. He looks like clothes, looks like just regular trash. And at one point, he takes something out of the trash and inspects it. Like, do I need to cover this up, or should I shove it further back down? I don't know what he was doing. He's crazy, right? But he leaves. You can see him. There's security footage of him in the airport. He leaves, and he is gone to Germany. Now, they've tracked him. There's a manhunt for him by now, right? Like they have found, he had mailed the feet and hands of Junlin to, I want to say the prime minister. It was major political parties and elementary schools. Why elementary schools? I don't know. Maybe he was tortured in school. But the interviews that I saw, they said he was just forgettable. He wasn't anybody that was like, outstanding. So then they catch him in a Berlin, what do you call it in Berlin? Bordego. It's just a little shop. But when they found him, he was looking at pictures of himself on the internet. If that doesn't tell you like how into himself he is. And he was arrested, and that was on, when was he arrested? June. It was in June of 2012. So from May 24th to 27th is when he killed, uploaded, and mailed body parts and left the country, and they finally found him in June of 2012. Now let's talk about him for a minute, and because the thing that I guess fascinates me is the psychology, right? Like his transgender girlfriend. Apparently at one point there was a rumor that he was dating Karla Homolka. If you don't know who that is, it's another Canadian serial killer. She allowed her husband to rape and murder her own sister. We can talk about that on another day. But he had posted this himself. He had started this rumor himself. And so then, in order to get the attention of everybody, he went to the police station and he was like, I don't understand where you're getting your information. This was a rumor that was started. Somebody's obviously trying to be me or, whatever. This was before the murders, right? Or before the murderer. And again, with all of his aliases, it's like, oh, okay, you're with Homolka, whatever. And he had taken pictures. There was pictures of, oh, we're living in the Caribbean and something like that. Kind of wanted, I guess it kind of sounded like maybe she was obsessed with him. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. We know better because he just he needed attention. So he's arrested, and he claims that he's innocent. He claims that he was being manipulated, I guess is the word. That somebody was making him do these horrendous things, and if he didn't, then his life was threatened, right? So the name that he states is Manny Lopez. Okay, nobody knows who Manny Lopez is. Can't find a Manny Lopez. So, they're just assuming. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you remember the movie Basic Instinct, where Sharon Stone is a writer, and if you don't know it, you can go watch it. It kind of sounds like the same story. But they arrest him. He's arrested. He's saying that it's, Manny made him do it, and this and that. They can't find a Manny. And everybody's like, yay, glad. And he's like, well, where's your evidence? Well, first of all, the video of him killing Junlin had the same blanket and the same Casablanca poster in the background that he used whenever he was killing the kittens. So that was telling, right? Then all of these videos, don't realize your phones, your computers, I mean, you are tracked. You are going to be found eventually. I say that. There's a lot of serial killers that haven't been found because these people are smart. He just wasn't smart enough. Or maybe this was the plan all along. But anyway, so on December 14th, he was the jury came back and they said, now mind you, this all happened in 2012. So in 2014, he is found guilty on all charges, which were first-degree murder, indignity to a body, mailing obscene materials, publishing obscene materials, and I think the harassing the prime minister. I think I'm just gonna follow these down. But so the question is there a Manny Lopez? Is there a guy that, you know, was making him do this? Because he did say he was an escort, and I mean, let's just say it, that's a prostitute. And you know that there are crazies who pick up prostitutes. It kind of reminds me of Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, he would go to bathhouses and pick up men and drug them and take them home and, you know, do crazy things. But okay, so say he was a highfalutin escort and there was a Manny who was like, look, this is what I'm into. If you don't do this, then I'll have someone take care of you. Or was this just his way of becoming famous? He told his transgender girlfriend that one day he was going to be famous. I mean, this is the wrong way, of course, but is that all there was to it? I mean, I just don't understand. This is where my questions come in, and I'd like to know what you think down in the comments. If you know the story, if you've seen the Don't F with Cats, then you kind of know the story. I mean, as soon as that came out and I saw the credits, I knew exactly who it was going to be about because I was following this story. I don't know if it was to get famous because, I mean, he was hiding, right? He fled. He decided that he was going to leave the country. He disguised himself. But then again, using all of the different aliases to be like, hey, look at this guy, you know, or check out this thing, or look at this video, or, you know, oh, the emails that this guy would send. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, he was sentenced, and now, these days, I don't know if you know about this little thing at the prisoners, and it's like a dating website for prisoners. They can meet each other online. He's married to a man, and he's not pretty. I'm not the man, but I'm talking about the Luka Magnotta, who was so obsessed with his features and how he looked. I mean, that was his number one thing, was his looks. His second was intelligence, and then after that, he didn't care. So I just don't get it. He's married now, and it's not to Carnival Molka. So did he get the fame that he wanted? Do you know it? Have you heard about this story? Do you know anything about it? I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I didn't explain it as well as I wanted to, just because I don't want to take up a lot of your time. If you feel like I'm talking slow, there's a little 3 dots in the top of the screen here. If you click those, you can put playback speed, and instead of normal, you can speed it up, so it'll make me talk a little bit faster. Some people don't know that. But anyway, nails are done just like that from the dollar store. No problem. I'm gonna go take off this mask, get out of this hair. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. I'm going to try and upload at least 4 times a week. Bear with me, I'm new to this, so it'll get better and my editing will get better. So yeah, thumbs up and we'll see you later. Bye.